We want to try to see what's breaking the software, if anything. So I'll start from a clean operating system install, which means I'm using a computer that has a fresh install of the operating system and nothing else extraneous. No, Photoshop or Illustrator or anything that would maybe even cause a conflict one way or the other. Test our software that way, and if that passes, then I'll add other things to it, and then I end up with what I call a dirty install, which is just an everyday machine that you would find on a typical user's desk, with lots of programs installed, lots of apps, lots of photos, lots of stuff in iTunes, and just things that you accumulate over the years of using a computer. We add printers, we'll have webcam maybe, we'll do things like I said a typical user would have, and if that works, then we know that there's no software conflicts or issues with things that we've tried. I'll test it on Snow Leopard, then I'll go back to Leopard, and I'll have a couple different versions of Leopard like 10.5.7, 10.5.11, and then we've got Snow Leopard's now at 10.5.4 or 10.6.4 rather. So Snow Leopard's now at 10.6.4. So you can get a really great variety of configurations to test on. When we're testing software like PocketMac for BlackBerry, that's a sync application where you need to sync contacts with your Mac or contacts, with your laptop or whatever you're syncing here. And you can sync with Address Book, you can sync with Entourage, you can sync with Meeting Maker, Lotus Notes, all these different programs, and they all have their own little tricks and ways of saving data and importing and exporting and all that. So it's important to have a variety of information in all these different programs. So for example, I'll first start out with say 10 contacts in an Address Book, and maybe a couple of them will have pictures, maybe they won't, and I'll make sure that syncs up. Then I'll move to Entourage and make sure those 10 contacts sync correctly with Entourage. And in the meantime, I'm wiping the BlackBerry of the data, so I know it's a clean, test. And then I'll move to Meeting Maker and Lotus Notes and all the other applications we test with. Once the 10 go, then I'll maybe add 100, and I'll add photos to those 100, so every contact has a photo. Because sometimes the information will sync, but the photo won't. So those are two separate issues that could cause, something to not work right in the testing process. So I'll make sure that the information syncs, and then the information plus the photos sync. That's the next thing I do. Then if that's successful, then I'll move to a huge Address Book, 550, contacts, all with photos. Some with really large photos that you can take with a digital camera that might be 1.5 meg or 2 megs. And then others that you take with your webcam that, are a few kilobytes. So it gives you a nice variety, and then if that's working, the software is pretty bulletproof.